That seems to be applied on everything today because people are gleeful that a person, a political figure that they dislike, is getting what they believe he has coming to them. The problem is what you laid out at the top of the show, disparate treatment. Start with General Flynn, the fact that the Logan Act was employed, enacted in 1799, never been prosecuted, yet the FBI and DOJ considered it. They ended up charging him and getting him to plead to 1001. That is lying to an FBI agent. 25 years in the FBI, and I'll tell you this, Will, I pleaded with U.S. attorneys to allow us to charge people for lying to the FBI, murderers, rapists, gangbangers, drug dealers. You know how many times in 25 years? 0. You talked about Hillary Clinton. Wow, what a different way to handle things. We took her at her word that bleach-bitted emails that were under subpoena, 30,000 of them disappeared. I know they were only related to yoga pants and working on details for her daughter's wedding. But they were under subpoena. And we took her at her word, and we didn't kick her door in Chappaqua, New York. Go to Comey, Director Comey. He's the #1 law enforcement agent in the land at the time. He leaks through a surrogate, not even on his own, to the New York Times memorandums that were FBI property. Federal Records Act? Yeah, some of these were restricted, confidential, secret, could have been top secret. But he took it as on his own to do it. Will, that's the problem. The rule of law has to be applied equally, not disparately.
So, therefore, why?
It's a fair statement. Now, I'll push back on corrupt. What the problems are is at the upper echelons. We know that the FBI director and the attorney general are political appointees. The vast majority of FBI agents, there's 12,000, 36,000 employees in total, are good, decent people. They're working to follow the evidence bereft of fear or favor. It's the people at the top, Will. They got to go.
You know, Jay, after Melania Trump and spent hours at the former president's home. You've got to hear these shocking details. We'll share them with you straight ahead. National office and even scoured through Melania Trump's wardrobe. What does the former lady's wardrobe have to do with classified information the feds were supposedly searching for? Miranda Devine is a columnist for the New York Post.
Failed to win wars, failed to reform the bureaucracies, failed to educate our children. People like Max Boot are, in fact, the representatives of a dying system, and as it starts to die, it grows more desperate. And what you saw last night at Mar-A-Lago was the desperation of a national machine that knows it's on the edge of being defeated and then being eliminated. And I think that you'll see more desperation in the weeks to come.
Yeah. They made no attempt to contact my lawyer, who would have made arrangements for them to have my phone. I'm outraged, though not surprised, that the FBI, under the direction of Merrick Garland's DOJ, would seize the phone of a sitting member of Congress. Mr. Speaker, these tactics frustrate in this case.
Yeah, well, so
overseeing
a lot's come out. I mean, first of all, he's an Obama donor. He represented Epstein and others in that situation in Florida, and some believe that he had a bright legal future. Ultimately, you know, and had promoted him to as high as the Supreme Court, possibly.
Right, who is this? Is a scuttlebutt among the Biden people?
Yeah, you know, they qualify these lists, and but they don't publish them like President Trump did. But you know, the people that I've talked to that know he was on a path, possibly in an earlier time, to either be an Article III judge or ultimately serve at a much higher level than he finds himself today.
So that's kind of a great gimme for the Democrats, and for anyone who wants to get Trump, you get this guy managing.
Yeah, I was wondering why they got the